What's up, YouTube? Guys, can you believe this? I found this in my cabinet. I don't know who put this here, but I sure as hell wouldn't trust Cod Roe that comes in a bag package like this. Bruh. Alright, forget it. Today is Cod Roe Carbonara. We're mixing a little Italian with a little bit of Korean. Let's do this. Alright, so for today's recipe, all we're gonna need is a handful of spaghetti. I'm using thin spaghetti. You could use whatever pasta you want. Linguine works just as well. Freshly grated Parmesan, 1 egg yolk, 3 strips of bacon, and this right here is a secret recipe. It's spicy Cod Roe. In Korean, we call this myeongranjeok. Okay? Now, we're gonna go over to our pot of water, bring it to a boil. Make sure we generously season our water with some salt. And as the water is boiling, I'm gonna bring our spaghetti. Boom.
I woke up, I'm flexing.
Release. Okay, now from here, we take our strips of bacon. I like to thinly slice it because we want to render out all the bacon fat. Traditionally, carbonara is made with guanciale. Guanciale is the pork cheek right here. Okay. In Korean, we call that part 항정살. Okay, we're gonna turn on the heat, our frying pan. I wanna start off with like a medium-low heat because we want to render out all the fat, take our time. It takes time to cook pasta. We're gonna try to aim to take the pasta out of the water in like 7 to 8 minutes because we want to finish it off in the pan and it keeps cooking. But we don't want to overcook our pasta. We want it al dente. That means with a bite. Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna slowly render out this meat. Beautiful. And just hang out, chill out. Now for this recipe, I like using spicy Cod Roe. I find that the traditional carbonara is very rich. You got the bacon fat, you got an egg yolk, you got a ton of Parmesan cheese. The fermented pickly flavor of the Cod Roe, I think goes well to it. The creaminess of the roe, I should say, pairs very well with the richness of the carbonara, while the spiciness and the seasoning of the Cod Roe cuts through that richness and helps create a balanced flavor. It's very delicious. Try this recipe, guys. You won't be disappointed. Now, some of you might be asking, hey, where the hell do I get Cod Roe? Where do I get spicy Cod Roe? Right? Go to your Asian supermarket, make friends with the employees, ask them where to get it. They'll point you to the right direction. Aside from this carbonara, spicy Cod Roe goes very well as a side dish. In Korean, we call those banchan. And you could cut it up and just eat it with the bowl of rice. It's phenomenal, guys. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to eat. I personally even put them on my omelets. You see this bacon just sizzling and you're seeing the fat render. We're gonna keep rendering it and crisp up our bacon. See this bacon here? It's getting nice and crispy. Look at all this grease that's been rendered out of it. Okay, it's a little bit too much, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a paper towel and help absorb some of the rendered fat. Okay, we don't wanna have it too rich. Make sure you use your tongs to help you with this. Okay, now I'm just gonna throw this away. And we want to use our pasta water. Pasta water is going to help the mixture of the pasta water and the grease is going to help create that emulsified sauce, that creamy sauce that you find common in a carbonara. Keep giving it a little stir. I'll keep reducing it down. It also stops the bacon from over crisping and burning. Just keep stirring it, reducing it down. Okay, now we're going to add our pasta. And we're going to finish cooking the pasta in the pan. Okay, add a little bit more pasta water. I can't stress this enough, guys. Never, ever rinse your pasta before you put it in, before serving.
Oh, hell no.
The starch from the water is gonna help the pasta noodles absorb all the seasoning, all the sauce. Okay, now as we reduce down the pasta water, we're gonna add our freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Now remember, I grated this before starting to cook. It'll be very helpful to have it done in advance. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit at a time, little handfuls at a time, spread them around the pasta, and then toss. What we're gonna see is the Parmesan cheese being incorporated into the noodles, into the pasta, into the sauce, creating a bunch of flavor. Now you notice we didn't salt this. This dish is gonna have plenty of seasoning, both from the Parmesan, from the smoked bacon, and from the cod roe. Okay, turn the pan off. This is where the magic happens. Get my ladle, get my meat fork. All the pasta here. Now we're ready to serve. All right, give it a twirl with your meat fork. This is obviously an extra step. If you have tongs, just use tongs. You don't need a meat fork. I just like things when things are pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Okay, get the center of the plate. Good. There, pop down the center, like so. Beautiful. Okay, now dress it with a little bit more Parmesan. Do it at a height so we can spread it evenly. Okay, now from here, take our cod roe. We're gonna split the casing in half, and we're just gonna take out the cod roe that's inside the casing. So we're here, open it up, and you see this pot of gold right here. Beautiful fermented cod roe. All right, take the back of our knife. We wanna kind of just push it out, trying not to rip the casing. Okay, good, perfect. This is about a good amount. Okay, lay it on top of the carbonara, like so. Then you want to push it down a little bit because we want our egg yolk to rest on it. Now, from here, crack open our egg. And we only want the egg yolk. So we're gonna get out all the egg white right here. Boom. Let it rip. Okay, and then place it on top of the roe very carefully. Okay, we're gonna finish this off with a little bit more Parmesan cheese. Sprinkle it across the plate. And we're set. Beautiful, delicious, rich, creamy, and flavorful spicy Cod Roe Carbonara. All in like, what, 10 minutes? Don't use those instant packets. Try this recipe at home. Enjoy. If you like this recipe, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button.